Well, after 2 days of heated debates here in Detroit, you'd think the candidates would already be long gone, but instead they were all over town today.
They like the place, maybe. That includes two frontrunners, Kamala Harris and Joe Biden, who didn't play so nice all the time last night on the debate stage. It also includes another candidate. Let's get to Mara McDonald, who's live at St. Andrews Hall ahead of an event tonight for Cory Booker, who most people felt did pretty well last night, Mara.
That's right, but he was also involved in that melee on the stage, too. There were all sorts of punches being thrown last night on that stage. So, yes, Booker in town tonight, Biden in town, Harris in town. We're in the media setup right now, and I probably haven't been in St. Andrews Hall 20-plus years. Kind of nice to be back, and that's where Cory is tonight. Take a look. After all the punches and elbows that were thrown last night, three of the candidates who took up the most oxygen on stage are working Detroit today, including the current frontrunner, former Vice President Joe Biden.
I can win Michigan. They know me. I've worked my whole life. I come from the middle class. I understand it. I know what's going on. And if you notice, I promise you, if I get the nomination, I will win Michigan.
This state is relevant in presidential politics in a way it hasn't been in decades. Trump changed everything. Michigan was taken for granted as a blue state by the Dems last cycle. Trump campaigned here relentlessly and won it. The electoral math suggests it will be Michigan and Wisconsin that decide the entire presidential race in 2020.
I am fully prepared to work to earn the vote of everyone. And I will not take those votes for granted. I know I have to make my case, and I'm prepared to do that.
Last night's debate was the far more combative and bruising of the two, and the road to the September debate in Texas will have far fewer candidates because they can't meet the polling or donor threshold. Back here live, so Senator Booker's event starting here probably around 6 o'clock tonight, and don't be surprised if you see a lot more of these type of campaign events on the Democrat side, at least going into their nomination process over the coming weeks and months. All of a sudden, Michigan is very important in the process. We're live downtown tonight. I'm Mara McDonald, Local 4.
That razor-thin margin that ended up turning the state last time around for Donald Trump very much on the minds of these candidates. They talked about it during the debates, some, Mara, but also the proof is in watching how many of them stuck around today.
It's interesting, you know, Devin, usually when we have events like this in town, they jet out of here immediately. You have three of the big contenders from last night staying in town today and working their way around town because, I mean, the math shows it. And it's not just one pundit that's saying it, it's everybody who is looking at the math in 2020. It matters here like it never has probably in my lifetime.
We are going to be a vital prize for both sides, that's for sure. All right, Mark. Kim.